Holiday greetings to you guys. I have one more, and this is a install video. So just like most of my install videos, I'm just going to kind of show you the process of what I took to install them, or more like Kevin took and then I helped him. And it's what you see right there. This is some good footage of it that I got from a whole nother trip, but it looked good in the light. And it's those ProTaper handlebars. The actual name of them, like the ATV High, is the stance on those. ProTapers, you can see the crossbar that goes across, super strong. I replaced my stock handlebar setup for my Ryker 600 with these ProTaper handlebars. They'll work the same on any of the other Rykers, whether it's a 900 or a Rally. So we'll basically just go into the Throwmouse Moto Ryker garage to have Kevin help me out on it, and he's actually replacing his regular stock 900 handlebars with the OEM upgrade through Can-Am. I believe it's called a crossbar somewhere in the name, but of course I'll list it there at the bottom. And we kind of start this video off with kind of some woes that Kevin's having with his, so got some dialogue there in the beginning. Throwmouse Moto.
I have to drill a hole. They forgot one.
They forgot one, or you think that they even do that?
Well, it's the hole for the throttle. They got the hole for the handguard, but no hole for the throttle. And when you put the throttle back on, it's got a piece sticking out that has to go in a hole.
What's this hole?
That's the throttle hole. Handguard, throttle.
That hole wasn't there.
This hole is not on my new one.
Oh, that's the old one.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
So, let me show you. Crossbar centered. That side's fine. There really is no hole for this to sit in because it sits tight. But this has a little piece that sticks out. That originally, because the handguard goes here, and that fits right in here so that it fits flush. And you get that much room with your handlebar. So you can clamp it in nice and tight. See how nice and tight that is?
Mm.
But if you do it on this bar, because it's only got the one hole, which is your
Handguard hold.
handguard, and you put this on, guess what you can't do? You can't push this in any tighter.
Because there's a little
There needs
tag
to be
in
a
there.
hole there.
Where's the thing that goes in the hole?
That's a little piece of plastic.
Oh,
with metal
this
in
right
it.
here?
Yep. I'd rather keep this than shave it down and drill a hole in here. So am I doing that?
I hope you guys understood any of that. Kevin is definitely the worst at explaining stuff. That's like the whole time I'm thinking it wasn't clear about what was even the new one. The new one was on his Ryker, and he's like pointing at the other one. So whatever about all that, but I put it in there in case it's useful. But this is the bad boy here. This is what it's about. ATV High ProTaper SE. That just means the 7/8 series. I got the crossbar right there. It goes over everything. You know, it's T6 aluminum alloy, super strong, all that stuff, cold forged. Some other cool stuff. I think it's got like some crazy rating on it that it lists, but they're pretty long too. You can cut them down. I pretty much just install them the way they are, so no cutting. Comes with some stickers and some little instructions, but that's them. I got some markers on them in the middle at the end on where you want to cut them, so lining them up is pretty easy with the markers. But that's the Chiquita 600. Got that Zarate Fang Grill. We got the contest still going on with that. I'll probably put it back in the description or a pinned comment at the bottom. Still going on until the 23rd. But this is what we're doing. That's the stock bar for, any Ryker, I think. But this is the 2019 Ryker 600. And I'm just kind of showing you all the little things they're going to have to come off. We're going to do the mirrors first. Those are just the regular stock mirrors at this point in my Ryker's history here. And then you have those hand guards that I pointed out. I got the domino grips. Still stand by those. Those are killer. Ryan's got them on his too. I'll put a link in the description for those. That little piece there looks probably weird to you. That's this little 3D printed helmet hanger Kevin made me. But look how thin that is, man. That's the stock bar. It's like a rolled rolled up piece of sheet metal, and it just always felt like it's like flexes on me whenever I'm trying to stand up on my Ryker or anything like that, or really use it for support. So feel like it was a must for me to switch it out. Popping those out is pretty easy. You can see just you unscrew the bolts and it just releases the tension so they can slide out. And hand guards, if you're a subscriber and you've seen the videos before, you've seen me do those. There's 2 there and then 2 on the outside, and those just come off. 2 there, 2 on the outside that just come off. So we get those off first. Kevin's still working on his handlebar upgrade, so I'm just kind of doing the loose anybody can do stuff. This one here we don't take completely off. That's a little switch cluster side, whatever we're calling that, switch box for the throttle side. That just clamps down the way Kevin explained a little bit ago. Doesn't really have a set hole or anything like that. And I think it's just 3. It might be 4, but I think it's just 3 bolts and I just loosen them up. Getting the grips off is going to be easy too on that side because it's on the throttle. This one we use like, the hand sanitizer like we do in my grip video. If you've seen my other stuff, I don't really show it in this video. This one we get loose and then get it out of the way. Took the grip off. Like I said, there's a whole video on those domino grips where we use hand sanitizer to kind of lube it up, and it came up like super quick. I think the stock ones would pretty much be the same. They're the exact same size. Shouldn't be a problem, but I also do that in that same video. And these are pretty cool, man. They make them in different colors. I think Ryan ended up getting the exact same because they just look sick, and matching his standard black Ryker with like the flat black and all that stuff on it. So came off easy, and of course, like I said, the right side comes off easy because it's still on the throttle tube or whatever we're calling that piece, so it just slides right off. And that's fully loose, and then we just go ahead and take it off, and I just put the bolts back in it so we don't lose them. Just got them hanging there just like that. And it looks like it's just 2 on there, so took off and then put back on. But now we're messing with Kevin's complete handlebar upgrade on his Ryker 900. Like I said, that's an OEM Can-Am upgrade, so we got it from them. It was like $100, and that was kind of a drag. He's getting a better reach on it for sure. I think it's supposed to be like 3 inches. I'm not sure. I don't want to lie, but it is something. So we just kind of show it to you. It's hard to really position it over it, but he gets it here in a second where you can really see the difference. I would say it's more of a reach than better reach than that you get out of these bars. I think when he has it like this, that's probably the best way to show it. I mean, after like 5 minutes of having that bar on, it just looks like the stock. But there is a difference in it, and he likes those a lot. He's glad he went with them, of course. Your boy had to get a ride on it to see what's up. And yeah, like I said, the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you notice a difference, and then it just seems normal until you probably get back on a stock one like those bars right there. But now we're taking, so we either loosened or took off everything off the bars, and now we're going to unhook it right here at these 2 mounts. So we took the bolts completely out, and there's one of these on each side of the clamp that's in the middle right there that you use to adjust the distance of your bars. So now completely off. The only thing keeping it on is the cable that goes to that little switch box for the ignition switch on the throttle side. And then we ended up just sliding it off once we get it. And you can see Kevin there sliding off. Now the only thing left on it is, that bell, that blue Chiquita Banana bell that I keep on there that you can't even hear anymore because of my exhaust. And that's it. No handlebars. And it's Kevin. I mean, obviously there's a big difference. Really don't need to see it side by side, but that's pretty much it. So I'm pretty stoked because I'm going to get a whole nother ride experience just by looking at those bars. The stock one's like a broom handle or something. And then I got these like BMX looking ATV. I mean, they're ATV handlebars. So on it. And I'm going to do like an angle. I don't know if it's exactly this angle we're messing with here, but that's kind of how I'm deciding it. Really just getting it lined up. But yeah, like a F3 spider type of handlebar set up. Get that angle on it. They're high, good reach, and kind of make it look aerodynamic, which is cool. Instead of straight up like a BMX or something. And really, Kevin just there was seeing that we're going to have to pull whatever excess cabling we can out of that center console little insert of the Ryker to get all the space we need. You can see it being pulled tight just right there, but there is enough to do it. And like I said, I don't cut the bars down at all. So at these specific bars that I'm going to have a link for in the description of this video, you can use it with the stock wiring. And then if it was sketchy, you can angle it, because I'm not only using the full amount of the bar, I'm like pulling them back even further than you're probably supposed to. And that's kind of the method there. I'm not going to really show everything, but you can just push that up and get it out of the way, and then your cables just be kind of bundled up in there. So just stretch out what you need, make sure you're good, and then I think we just close it back up when we're done for sure, after making sure we have perfect clearance on it. I mean, that whole part of it, of the Ryker, goes with the bars. So it's not like a bicycle or something where you have to make sure you have enough to swivel back and forth. I mean, that part goes with it. So we're good on that. And that's just kind of picking the right angle of how it's going to look. I'm checking it out, and I'm getting super stoked because it's completely changing the look. And I already know it's going to feel a lot better. And like I said, those marker lines are sweet because it shows you how to center it real well. You don't have to measure anything out. I mean, you can, but I mean, it's pretty good just to eyeball it. That's kind of showing you where we got the extra wiring from. It's just all bundled up in there. So, and then we're just going to kind of tighten it. There's a method to tighten them too, that where you kind of cross back and forth to make sure you get them good. And that's me just trying to figure out, is that really what I want to do? Do I want to have it, I want to cut them down? And I'm like, nah, that's cool. That angle's cool. Everything's cool. These are sweet. I still love them. This was like a couple months ago, and I still love them. But we have to drill holes. These don't have any holes at all. Kevin's, he was having a problem with, one of his holes, either having to make it bigger or make an extra one, whatever he was saying about that. This one doesn't have any holes at all because it's not made for this. You got to do your own thing. So we need throttle. We need a throttle hole. We need actually not a throttle box hole, but we need a hole here for the blinkers, right? And the horn box that's on that side. And then we need a hole for the hand guards, and that's on both sides. So, and it's just one hole for the hand guard on each side. And that's just doing pilot hole he just did, and then use the bigger bit to get the actual hole. And then we tried it, and we just kept starting off small and then working our way up. It's no big deal. It takes a little bit of time. We want to make sure you do it right. It's got a good fit, and that feels good to me. Well, we make sure we have the angle we want, and it is, tightened it down, and then now putting the boxes in a good position to where I'm kind of used to. I think I pretty much put them in the position they were before, but hey, it's custom now. You can do whatever you want. If you never liked the position of those, you don't have to do it that way. So, like I said, starting from like a real narrow bit and working our way up for a perfect fit, he had to kind of carve some out with that same bit just to make it a little bit looser so we can squeeze that little peg in, because this box has like a little plastic peg that you'd probably want to fit in there secure like what we did. So, and just tighten it up. It's good to go now. Now we need to drill the hole, and we put those, or Kevin put those pieces of tape there so we can write with like a, magic marker to get a good space. He put it on there. We looked at it, stared at it forever. That's the position that I wanted them to be in. So making sure that it fits the groove and needs to go a little bit bigger. So that first one might have just been a pilot hole anyways, but going in, carving around, making sure you're good. Like I said, start off narrow, work your way up. Now the next on this side, but basically just tighten this one in. You can pop the throttle on to make sure you're where it needs to be toward the end of the bars, and then just tighten it down. And like I said, the grip goes on easy on that one because it's just on that little throttle tube still. Taping off here so we can get a good mark for the hand guards. And then we get that other hand guard back on. So that's the hole that we drill on this side here. Start off with like a small bit pilot hole. I know if you watch the channel, we're not really that big on safety and stuff, and we definitely don't do any of these videos to tell you what to do. And no joke though, this type of stuff with drilling and like metal pieces like that, wearing glasses is some type of eye protection is a big thing. I mean, that's pretty gnarly, getting metal like that in your eyes. It does like a lot of damage. So Kevin may not be wearing shoes, but he's wearing some type of eye protection. And every time he was doing it and I didn't have mine on, I just squinted my eyes and like turned my head or closed my eyes completely and waited till I didn't hear the drill anymore. It's funny because I cut it out, but like he takes his glasses off and then he blows on it with his glasses. Like, dude, that's the worst time to have your glasses off, is to blow on it at the end. But he was rocking them, so I'm proud of him for that. But just fitting the throttle tube back in with the grip on that side and then closing it up. But really just here, you're just trying to make sure everything's right, the spacing's good, and it's going to work out. So like I said, this is all custom, so this is the first time for all this for us. I did hear one story before about somebody putting ProTapers. I don't know if they were exactly these. It was on like a Facebook group, but I've never seen them. They never showed me. I'm sure they did if they said they did, but I've never seen it before, so I can still say that I've never seen it before. Heard of it, but first time seeing, and it wasn't the idea of why I got it. I just wanted something like this, and dude, they were like $62, man. That's crazy, especially compared to the Can-Am ones. But just put them back on, and we drilled the holes. That's kind of really the hard part about the whole thing. Really, if it had pre-drilled holes, we'd just be done. But really just eyeballing it and getting it right is kind of what we've been doing. And let's see, it's looking pretty close to just stock, period. So actually, I'm guessing just right here that one hole that he did drill, that is for that box. So that's my bad. So you do have to probably drill there and then drill for the hand guards too. So, but I don't know why Kevin's would have been different from mine, but this is how you show, or the best way to show you what the stock ones are like compared to this. And look at the huge difference, like from Kevin's and the upgraded one that he did. I mean, that's like inches and inches, man. It went from like a clubman bar setup, cafe racer style, to like, jumping stuff on an ATV. And that's pretty much it right there. I mean, you see it kind of curves down mean like that. I got my hand guards with my little hand shields back on it. Those stock mirrors, those end up going. That's a whole other thing. I'll have a whole other video. I actually took them off just because I wanted to see it. It just looked way cooler. And I was like, well, I have to have some type of mirrors. So I put these ones that come down and hang. And you'd only be able to do that with these handlebars. It's the same ones that Cruzy has on Life on Rikers, the YouTube channel. That's cool. He's also like Texas Ryker fam, just up north of me in Dallas. He's got some cool videos. He has those same mirrors, but he has them coming up on his stock handlebars. I believe they're stock. I'm not sure. Got the Zarate grill there at the bottom. Got a floss that and the Thermouse Moto logo. But I'm loving them, man. I'm like stoked in this video. Just looking at them. Like I said, it changes the whole thing. And I've been showing like teasers, and this video is definitely dedicated to Mr. Stitch It Up. He's been hounding me about this. I could talk about anything about Ryker. He's like, yeah. What's up with those handlebars? What's up with that video? Well, this is it. And then, of course, you end up seeing a lot more of them and all the footage. I got so much footage. Best time to subscribe, man. Especially with this new year. I'm going to be dumping stuff, getting some good footage out there. But my RAM mat still works for it. So I can mount my DJI. We go for a night ride. I'm not going to do like a big thing. Just is pretty much just ending it right here. You'll want to see this during the day, not at night. But just wanted to wrap it up. Still got the Zarate contest going on until the 23rd, giving away the Ryker Fang Grill, which you've seen on my Chiquita Banana Ryker 600. I think it's one of the coolest little, as far as aesthetics go, on my deal, of course, which obviously I'm big at. So it's cool doing something like this that switches up the game. My back feels great. It's not like I had a hurt back, but after coming back from Roswell, 600 miles there, 600 miles back, I was feeling those little broom handlebars that go on the front. I'm not knocking them. People like them. It's a really cool look. It's one of the selling points of the Ryker. It makes it look bare, naked, cool, sporty. That's what's up. But I did it, and I'm doing something different now, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think I have some more footage coming up later in videos where Ryan, we switch back and forth. Sometimes I forget if I'm recording that stuff or not because we're just riding all the time, but we'll switch at the lights. He'll jump online. We'll drive it the way back. And he's like, this is a whole different Ryker. So that's a pretty good little review on that. But appreciate you watching. Stay around for more. Throw Mouse Moto.